And it looks like we are live. Welcome back to Mind Your Biz. My name is Seth.
And I'm Mrs. Mind Your Biz.
And we have been hard at work doing our post-produced content over the last couple of days. And we're potentially going to get back to that really soon. But we wanted to get back to live streaming. We missed you guys' live interaction. We missed your comments. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Say hello. Do whatever you need to let us know that you're here watching live. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the news, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to start with the Fear and Greed Index. You can also see our stories down below my camera feed right there. But Fear and Greed Index, what do we got by way of Fear and Greed Index?
Oh, let's see. We're up to 57 today.
And down from 62 last month, 60. And the trend is still relatively high in terms of sentiment. But I don't know. Maybe that's the right way of putting it. Relatively high. Euphoric, right? People are, I don't think people are thinking totally clearly right now.
It's good.
Still, personally.
Right now.
Yeah, but when it goes bad, it may go very, very bad, very, very suddenly. We'll see. I mean, anything can happen in today's regulatory environment. Smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. Just a reminder, also that is any of what we're talking about legal, financial, business, investing?
Oh, no.
Any type of advice?
These are opinions. Do your own research.
Yeah, 100%. Don't get wrecked, but that's up to you. Only you can prevent financial fires. Wreckage. I was trying to go Smokey the Bear there.
No, it was good. It was good.
There you go. All right, cool. We'll work on that. We'll develop that one for you. But let's jump into crypto bubbles. Maybe what stands out to you today?
Arbitrum?
Nothing.
Arbitrum?
Nothing. I don't see anything
No,
noteworthy at
ARB.
all. What? What's it called? I can't see.
Arbitrum?
I'm gonna kind of mouse over some of these, and you just let me know when I'm warm.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So Arbitrum, obviously, huge dip, 74% down. You had been reading about this. What caught your eye?
Well, it had actually gone up. It had boosted prior to their airdrop. But today it's like, dang, 74.8% down.
Yeah, that's not normally what you expect from a brand new airdrop and people getting so excited and the price action moving up. But it is kind of, if you've been in a space for a while, you do kind of forecast that when there's an airdrop or when there's a really fast run up, really fast price appreciation, that there will be like an equal and opposite reaction, sometimes worse. But in the case of Arbitrum also, there's some a bit of bad press in that Arbitrum does not have the full decentralization that they claimed that they did. And you've had characters like Chris Bleck, whose content I don't think you're familiar with yet. We'll go over it at some point. Really respect the guy's work. Staunch decentralization advocate. Privacy a bit as well, but mostly decentralization is his big thing. And he's really hounded them and said, hey, prove to us that you're multi-sig, that the number of people that have to sign contracts in your ecosystem isn't just one person with 12 keys.
Ooh.
They haven't offered any proof. His bread and butter is doing sort of investigative journalism on this sort of thing. And they said, oh, you're asking a question in bad faith. That's terrible. We won't dignify that with comment. He's like, yeah, maybe you should. This is all I do.
Wow.
I'm not going to let this go.
Huh.
And so maybe that's tied up in the current price movement of going back down. Maybe people are kind of understanding that it's not quite as decentralized as they hoped it would be. But maybe not. It's hard to say. Hard to say that it's definitely that. But anyway. Hey, it looks like we've got Automatic Beats saying LTC going up, Ion up 600%, altcoin chain. Oh my gosh, they're doing it live. Automatic Beats is in the chat. Paul D also asking, is Do Kwon in jail yet? I remembered to ask him. I haven't remembered to ask him if he's in jail on Twitter lately. I'll remedy that now. Okay, awesome. That's a good plan. When you're in crypto, always ask the devs directly on Twitter if they're in jail yet.
Hi, are you in jail?
Yeah. That's
FBX would say, not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. SBF.
SBF,
Yeah.
FTX. Oh, I just mixed them all up. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
SFB, SVB,
Yeah, he's something else. Whatever.
ABXYZ.
Yeah, he's something else. Let's take a look at our Bitcoin chart really briefly. We haven't done that in a while. Chopsticks are showing us that we've gone through a couple of tops here. So as we zoom way out, I think it's almost a month right there, shows that we can place these through three tops. If we really wanted to use that as a bit of our as of our indicator right now. Current MACD is flipping in towards bearishness, right? Flipping towards a convergence event, maybe if we see a reversal on these tops here as well. So 2 tops, and we failed to achieve support above $30,000. We hit that resistance just before $30,000. Personally, Mimi, based on some of the people who I'm listening to, I think that this is telling us that we're not going to see runaway price action on Bitcoin up to $1 million per coin.
Yeah, that sounded kind of optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, and I have nothing against that, but we would have to see the literal collapse of all banking in the U.S. and across Western civilization in order for that to happen. Like, it would have to completely implode, literally Mad Max. If we did see Bitcoin at $1 million, you couldn't spend it because you'd be a lot more worried about defending your well and your off-grid property and your family's life. Like, that's how dire it would have to get.
Yikes.
Right? So we shouldn't be wishing for $1 million Bitcoin because you probably won't live to spend it. Just saying. Because I ain't Mad Max enough. I don't know if you are. I think I'm pretty Mad Max. But I ain't Mad Max enough to deal with the world that would result in $1 million Bitcoin in the next 90 days. Okay. Not quite. Yeah, not quite there yet. Straight up. But yeah, that's what the chart, I think what we're seeing right here, when we zoom out on the daily chart, can see that we've had a couple of opportunities to try to keep on pushing up, maybe third time's the charm, and we see that reversal. Maybe we do see the breakdown back in towards the value buy range. We never quite got there, right? For my comfort level, blue is the area where I think I really want to buy Bitcoin. I would love to buy Bitcoin at that rate, but it is wishful thinking, so maybe not. But jumping straight into another source you can use, this is called hashrate.no. I just wanted to briefly show this so you know it's a resource where you can find out hash rates and prices. Shout out to Brandon Coin for sharing this great tool. I don't know who funds it right now, so we'll find out about that. But I wanted to put it on your radar that it's a tool you can use to make better decisions about your mining hardware. And Mimi, did you know that here on hashrate.no that they not only have the hash rate calculations for GPUs, which I'm a big fan of, but for ASICs, CPUs, and FPGAs.
Wow.
Yeah, those really fancy little mining devices you've seen me tinker with before.
Right.
It's all available there to show you kind of an overview of everything, and then by coin as well. And it shows some GPUs that are not available on other calculators, like some of the newer GPUs from Intel.
Nice.
So they've really innovated. They saw an opening and they ran at it. So just wanted to, acknowledge good behavior where I found it. But let's get into the news. Do you have something for us on that very top item?
Well, you were asking about Do Kwon. He has been arrested in Montenegro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That was breaking news this morning, just a few hours ago.
Yeah. So there it is. There it is. He is arrested. It doesn't matter how many passports he has. This is clearly an Interpol thing. So Interpol got him. They're going to be hanging on to him for a while. As far as what their plans are for him, I mean, it's not obvious. But the quote here is that the Montenegrin police have detained a person suspected of being one of the most wanted fugitives, South Korean citizen Do Kwon, co-founder and CEO of the Singapore-based Terraform Labs. Was he really one of the most wanted fugitives? Was he a fugitive from justice? Or was he just really good at not staying in one place long enough to be served?
I really don't know.
Because the lines are very blurry these days, ladies and gentlemen. For white-collar crime in particular, very blurry.
Right. It's not like they didn't know where FPS was for a while before they arrested him.
It's true, yeah. And beyond that, it seems like, you've heard me talk about it. We've had conversations where we just say, like, if you want to go to prison, steal less than $1 billion. If you want to stay out of prison and just get a job offered to you by the federal government, steal more than $1 billion or cause more than $1 billion to be evaporated from the ecosystem, and you might just get a job instead. They'll definitely. I mean, hey, Jim Cramer, that guy. If he's not on the take, I'd be shocked. Just saying. He's helped wreck so many retail plebs and helped line the pockets of people like Nancy Pelosi. Like, how could they not love that guy?
Right.
Yeah. So what else have we got in the news today?
Okay, so Coinbase is in the news. It suspended their Algorand staking rewards, and people were kind of like, why?
Yeah, what do they know that others don't? Well, I mean, first off, Kraken agreed with the SEC to shut down staking services in the U.S. The Coinbase, I think the Coinbase Earn program, they had already talked about shutting that down in the U.S. Prior to that. I think FTX was trying to, in good faith, prevent U.S. Supposedly prevent U.S. customers from using anything but FTX.US. Binance had created Binance.us. And then made all these very sort of watered down offerings for U.S. citizens. It's like you can use our services, you just can't earn any yield from them in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Now, with some of them, the
It's
yield
not very
was,
motivating.
yeah, and it was unsustainable in a lot of these ecosystems where the yield was just not sound. But even still, a lot of these companies, at least on paper, were saying, "Yeah, we've got our U.S. offering. Go use. Don't worry about it, SEC. Like we're doing what you say we're supposed to do." So. I don't know. Paul D says, Jim Cramer, Glow Boy confirmed. Paul D asks, I'm American. Where is Montenegro?
Oh, it was in the article. I think it's somewhere near Serbia.
Yep, there you go. It is in the Baltics.
Do you know where Serbia is?
It's in the Baltics.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the Baltic region.
I'm asking Paul D.
Yeah, you have to do better than that. Sorry, Paul. As Crypto Exo Phantom would say, Paul D nuts. You need to look at a map and you need to go look at the Baltic region.
Yeah, so
of Eastern Europe.
Go to Europe, go kind of east,
Yeah.
and then a little south.
Yeah.
And you get to Montenegro.
Don't go as far as Russia. If you're in Russia, you've gone too far.
There you go. Yeah.
That's
That dam left at Albuquerque gets you right into Russia, and that was a mistake.
Yeah. And if you go too far south, you are probably in Africa too. So just saying. Like, I mean, you have to. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, not Morocco. No. Montenegro. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be the first project that's going to have its staking rewards halted by Coinbase. I think we're going to see a lot more in the coming days and weeks. And I think that has to do with the SEC serving a Wells notice. Yes.
So let's talk about that.
So according to Coinbase, we asked the SEC to register, and they sent us a Wells notice instead.
Wow. I am shocked, I say. Just shocked. You mean the SEC doesn't respond to requests for clarification?
What? Never.
But they work for us, right? The people. They work to protect consumers. They would want businesses to know.
Oh, you're funny. You're so funny. That's hilarious.
Well,
I'm pretty sure they work for the Fed.
Hold on, I'm gonna start the sentence with the best worldview ever. Our government would never. ... Yeah, but they did. They did. They certainly didn't help us. Sin of omission.
Do you mind if I read what he posted on Twitter about this?
Please do, yeah.
Because someone said, can you explain this to me in NFL terms? He said, and Brian Armstrong says, imagine you've got both football and soccer refs on the field, but we're actually playing pickleball, fastest growing new sport in America. The refs can't really agree on the rules of this new game, and one of them decides to change a call they made back in April of 2021. That's it. That's in a nutshell.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Not helpful. Yeah, they've not been helpful. It looks like Paul D's Nuts says that I'd be a great Somali pirate. That's true. You know what? I'll just hand over my little stream deck. You're the captain now. Ha ha.
Ooh, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Got jokes. Yeah. Let's look at more of the news related to this, though. Apparently, on Cointelegraph, they say the Coinbase CEO on Wells notice SEC is like soccer referees in a game of pickleball. They retconned it here as well. Love it. Hey, look at that. Wow. Collect this article as an NFT.
What?
Would you do that?
Yeah. Why? I mean, I guess you can. It's for posterity and history.
I've got a great idea. Mint this episode of Mind Your Biz as an NFT. Only $2 million, the approximate value of one Bitcoin, according to Paul D's Nuts, in the next 3 days.
And then the IRS will tax you 28%.
Oh my gosh.
Because according to them, you've just obtained a collectible.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Scratch all that. Don't mint any of it, including this one from Cointelegraph. Sorry, guys. I think it's weird. Let us know what you think in the chat. Would you mint an article from a news rag? Like, seriously, a daily article?
I might.
Okay, fair enough. You know, here's the thing.
Look who you're talking to. I haven't minted any NFTs yet. I'm like, you have some for me, right? You minted them for me, right?
Guys, what have I got myself in? I got to airdrop Mama Biz all of her NFTs. I got to go. She's like, you mint it. Here's my address. Just drop it there. Thanks. You're the best.
Pretty much.
But then she kisses me on the cheek, and I'm like, okay, how can I say no?
I'm like, don't you love me? I'm so nice.
She is really nice to me. Only to me. All right. So that's a terrible thing to say. Terrible way to say that, but seriously though.
All right.
SEC sues Justin Tron. Justin Son Tron. Justin Tron Son.
Tron Son Justin.
I think that's basically his name now. You think Tron, you think TRX, you think of Justin Son because it's literally just his personal playground. That's all he does with this blockchain is
all the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much just shift his own net worth in and out of it. I think that's been my assessment for some time. Tell me what you think in the comments while we go over this. But Mom Biz, what's the deal here?
So they have gone after both Justin Sun and a few celebrities for promoting. What was it? Oh, for wash trading. That's what it was. They were saying this is wash trading.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're trying to nail him for this, along with Lindsay Lohan, Jake Paul. Whoa. There were a few celebrities in there. Soulja Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lindsay Lohan wrecked. A former boxer. That's funny. That's really funny.
That's cute. No, he doesn't get to be a current boxer. He's a former boxer.
Yeah, I think it's funny that they just name him a boxer at all instead of an influencer.
It's over. Former influencer, current boxer. They could have said that.
I guess. I mean, I'm not mad at these guys. They make serious money. The Paul brothers make serious money with their show, right? Like whatever. They're entertainers. So I'm not mad at them for that, but sure, I guess promoting unregistered securities? I don't know. Maybe not. What's your take on it? Where do you think the line is for some of these people?
It's so murky. Reality TV ruined everything.
Yeah, it kind of did. Yeah, it really kind of did. Paul D's Nuts says, I've been punched before. Am I a boxer?
Yes, you are, Paul.
Yeah.
You own that.
Only if you've been punched in the face while you're trying to punch somebody else back. Then you're a boxer.
No, you could just get punched in the face. And you're a boxer now. You were in a boxing fight. Now you're a boxer. Good job.
Yeah, right. Did you have your dukes up while it happened? If not, you're merely from the what is it? You have to be a boxer. You have to be from the boxing region of France. Otherwise, you're merely a sparkling fighter.
Oh,
there you go. Yes. Let's move on to our next bit of news. Something coming out of the banking sector.
Okay, so this was going over the bankruptcy hearing on SVB. Basically, they had filed for bankruptcy, but then the fallout from that was just kind of messy. They didn't proceed as a normal bankruptcy hearing would have proceeded. And that's where things got kind of murky. I'm sorry we didn't get ahead on the highlighting on this one, but if further down in the article, they just talk a little bit about how... Can I kind of scroll down?
Yes, scroll down.
Scroll.
Let's scroll. Oh, my gosh.
Let's go scrolling. Yeah. Okay, so what should have been a routine bankruptcy court hearing wasn't really so routine, because they could not get a hold of the money that they needed to pay back their creditors. It was withheld from them. It was just very strange.
Yeah. No, they basically forced them. Like, they basically tied their hands behind their backs and said, "Oh, the only way you're going to get out of this position is if you sell your bank, and you divest your crypto business." I'm thinking Credit Suisse.
Maybe.
Why not? Yeah, I'm thinking Credit Suisse right now.
Yeah, but SVB was taken over too, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, it's being run now by under new management. But Signature. Sorry, I'm thinking Signature.
So it's almost as though the bankruptcy was tactically used as a means of just taking over the bank.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing seems suspect. The way that the SEC has been involved now, the way that the FDIC and the Fed have been involved in some of these enforcement actions, it's so painfully obvious that they're trying to shake out more crypto. Yeah, more crypto businesses.
Oh, yeah, there's nowhere for them to go now.
Yeah. But we've been seeing this as a bit of a trend for some time in the news cycle. Tell us what you think. If you are based in the United States, what are you thinking as far as crypto business? What are you thinking as far as crypto banking? What do you think as far as taking profits from your crypto? Do you have ideas of where you're looking to put value, looking to put investment capital and some of the gains that you make in cryptocurrency investments? Tell us. I'd love to do a little more reading about them and maybe highlight them on the show. I should mention also, while I kind of tease at that, content coming up for the show, got an interview with Rafael Laverde, who is the face of the Coin Vigilante group, very closely associated with the Dollar Vigilante, very closely associated with the Anarchapulco group, Jeff Berwick, and everybody based in that group. So really fun. We talked for a little over an hour. That's coming out later today.
Nice.
And we have about 6 developer interviews that are ready to go. So we're going to be scheduling those and have those released over the coming weeks. So
hey,
stay tuned. Have notifications turned on. Share the link. Make sure others are tuning into this content as well, because we're bringing you stuff that very few others can or have. It dawned on me talking to this group that organizes Anarchapulco that I've been talking to some of the privacy developers of some of the most important privacy coins before they were. And they're an investment group that only specializes in some of this stuff. I was as shocked as anyone when I realized that I as a sort of a crypto sleuth, as a crypto content creator, that I was focused on that stuff before some of these larger groups. So yeah, I'm flattered. We won't be speaking at Monerotopia this year, but I think we would have been welcome to be on panels there. That's the impression that I was given by some of the organizers of Monerotopia. But we will be doing other stuff in Eastern Europe, close to the Baltic region, actually. The Baltics and the Nordics. Yeah, Baltic and Nordic region.
Yeah, a little further north.
Yeah, the Balkan region. There you go. No, wait. The Nordic region. Closer to the Nordic region.
Nordic,
actually,
yeah.
It's
Scandinavia, up in Scandinavia.
There you go. You know that place, Scandinavia. You can point to it on a map.
Okay, this is where we go to Europe and you go north, Paul.
Yeah, totally. Automatic Beat says taking profits after 30K and buying mining hardware. Hey,
nice.
It's great. Yeah, seriously, that's the nice thing about hardware. You got very easy IRS rules. You know how to amortize that gear over a specific amount of time so you can write it off. Even if you're not profitable, the hardware itself is a write-off. I've been a big fan for a long time. That's why we started the channel as Mind Your Biz. But any infrastructure that you build that way, validator nodes for proof of stake, anything you build, or storage nodes, same thing. You can write it off in the same way. So if we find that the regulatory environment becomes unfriendly towards proof of work mining, there's always a way. Yeah, there's always a way to flip that value into something. So thank you for bringing that up, Automatic Beats. I think it's a great plan, personally. But what else do we have by way of news today?
A couple more items.
Okay.
So Senator Ted Cruz introduces an anti-CBDC bill.
Man, here's the thing. I'm not really a big Ted Cruz fan. I'm not a huge Ron DeSantis fan. I'm not a huge Cynthia Lummis fan. I'm not like, I don't like putting politicians themselves on a pedestal, and I don't like painting a picture with broad strokes that like, oh yeah, the Republican Party is the pro-crypto party.
But they kind of are.
But they're doing the things that are pro-crypto. Mm-hmm. So like, I can't bring myself to dislike them. And I don't want to go like further the political career of this guy. He's making the right moves.
Yeah.
So Paul D asks, I almost said X. Not enough caffeine. He asks, do you think the everything except BTC is a security proclamations by our crazy Uncle Gary is intended to include Monero and other fair launch proof of work coins? Well, the difficulty with Monero is that we can't actually prove that it was fairly launched. There is a problem there in terms of the SEC's enforcement actions. We can't point to the earliest Genesis block and then the subsequent blocks and prove that there were not hidden inflation bugs because of the way that the total supply is audited. So there are some issues there that the SEC might latch onto. That's just me off the cuff. mentioning, in response to what you asked, the SEC, if there's a little bone to pick, yeah, Uncle Gary will find it, and he'll make a big stink about it. I think that they're wrong in general, right? That they shouldn't just say everything except BTC is a security, but they may even find issue with Monero, unfortunately, and other fair launch proof of work coins. They'll find some way to frame it as such because Bitcoin is the biggest target for acquisition and regulatory capture. Because once they get away with that, then they're going to regulate the mining. They're going to, like the Biden administration has proposed, taxing the energy used by Bitcoin mining. And it's just they've got no idea what they're doing right now. The left hand is not talking to the right hand. They're scrambling.
Or they really know what they're doing. It's just not good.
Yeah, I think in general they really do. There really is a bit of a movement to try to capture all of it in regulation, and there's a bit of a movement to try to like not stifle the innovation, but to try to capture it. Is the big thing. Like, well, we want to own it, we want to control it.
Right.
That's the bottom line agenda.
Because heaven forbid people own their own money and do what they want with it.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Didn't you used to be proud to be an American where at least you knew you were free?
Oh, that just makes me want to weep.
I know. Me too. Oh, well. But, yeah. Automatic Beat says, damn dinosaurs need to get out of crypto.
Amen.
Couldn't agree more. All right, so let's talk about somebody who's not acting like a dinosaur. Even if you don't care for him personally, he's not acting like a dinosaur, at least. And introduces this anti-CBDC bill. And shout out to Bitcoin Magazine for always having the latest on the Bitcoin-specific stuff. But I think that, Ted Cruz might be a little more generally crypto-friendly and not a strict Bitcoiner. But, do you have any more of the summary for us?
The gist of it is that we have a few politicians who are trying to get protections in place and keep CBDCs from, coming into the marketplace and making things kind of toxic.
Yeah, and apparently, in South Dakota's Kristi Noem also did something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they've gone through, so I don't call your legislators, guys. Let them know how you feel. I mean, that's kind of the big thing is we should all be pressing our legislators both in the House and in the Senate right now about crypto and crypto-friendly legislation.
Yeah. I've done an episode where we talked about sample language for reaching out to, your representatives in Congress for your state. And maybe we should do another thing like that. Maybe we should draft something like that again and give sample language that we can just go over here on Mind Your Biz. Would you like that? Let us know. Thumbs up. And Mrs. Mind Your Biz and myself will get to work on it. We'll try to draft something. We found that our representatives were not quite as receptive, and I'm a little bit dismayed by that.
We should let them know how disappointed we are again.
Yeah, and tried our best to vote them out of office. There are actually a lot of crypto investors where we live, and they don't seem to get it. Our people here don't seem to get it. There's a lot of wealth stored here in crypto, and they will get voted out of office before. If this becomes the single issue vote, they're done. They got to get on board here where we live. Yeah,
it just seems if you follow the news cycle, it's very obvious that fight between crypto and the centralized banks is coming to a head. We're there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're definitely there. Hey, I see an uptick in viewers. Please do me a solid. And if you're new to the channel, we're seeing this a lot, I guess, with the recent FOMC meeting and some of the other crypto-related news. Do me a solid and smash that thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, be subscribed. It's free, and we publish on a regular cadence. Not always as frequently as we have this week, but we are trying to get into a more regular cadence because the news is intense. And when we were only publishing twice a week, we were doing a lot of catch up on our first stream for the week. So we are trying to publish more frequently. And of course, the interviews with builders in the space. My mic is always open to privacy oriented projects, whether it's peer-to-peer encryption, peer-to-peer tech, encryption, user data privacy, privacy coins. Holler at me, get on my schedule. And this is something I've been doing for many years as a free public service. So we're bringing the best content that we can for you with what we think matters. Not complaining about it, finding solutions. So anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
But this is looking good. Ron DeSantis also wanted to get rid of a CBDC, like you mentioned before. Mm-hmm. A lot of these folks, they're making Texas, Florida, South Dakota, a lot of places look really attractive and competitive.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way it should be here in the States. That they should be competing for the best and the brightest to come to their state.
If you're thinking of where to move, here are a few tips.
Right. Yeah. I would definitely start there first as well.
Yeah. And Texas is also very miner friendly. Like they just passed legislation protecting miners too, didn't they?
Yeah. So we went over that in the last episode, how, Texas is it's proposed. It's a proposed amendment to their constitution that will extend their search and seizure laws, right? Similar to the Fourth Amendment in the U.S. Constitution. I think it was
their first article or something.
Yeah,
something
Article 1 of Section 9 of their Constitution. They're going to extend it to Bitcoin as property and the infrastructure, including mining and hosting your own wallet and running your own full copy of the blockchain, your own full node, so that you specifically facilitate peer-to-peer transfers. They were specifically laying out how the network functions so that people can't be arrested for facilitating a peer-to-peer transaction with the Chinese. Because newsflash, that's what a permissionless system is capable of.
Right.
You can send an encrypted message over these networks to somebody in China, somebody in Russia. So who else do we not like right now?
It's mostly China and Russia.
Yeah.
I guess anybody who likes them.
There you go. Yeah. So you can send a message, or you can send value permissionlessly, peer-to-peer, to those places. And Texas went out of their way not to say those names of those countries, but to describe how the tech works so nobody can misunderstand. Like, no, it's dangerous freedom, and they're protecting it. That's really cool. It's really gutsy for a state to do.
But it is Texas, so.
Yeah, they show guts all the time. All right, let's get this last article out of the way. What's the deal with Polygon right now?
Oh, they're seeing a pump in the Trump NFT.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess because of, what was it?
Well, the rumors of his arrest.
Just the rumors. He hasn't actually been arrested, has he?
Yeah, apparently, the rumors are greatly exaggerated.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're getting a bunch of people who are doing these joke AI renderings, of him being arrested and stuff. It's pretty brilliant as trolling goes, but man.
It was trending on Twitter though, so it must be happening, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hilarious also that you have these you have folks who are left of center ideologically, politically, who are saying, "Yeah, finally Trump's going to jail." And I'm like, I don't care.
How many times has that happened?
Yeah.
It's over and over again. He's going to get arrested now. No, now.
Yeah, well,
now it'll happen.
It sounds as silly as the people who, after Biden was elected, were like, "You don't understand. There's going to be a secret meeting, and they're going to announce that Trump was the real winner of the election. Everything's going to change. Get ready, patriots." And I'm like, dude, you're all crazy. All of you are crazy. Stop. Stop being crazy, please. Get back to the center a little bit mentally and stop acting crazy. That's too much to hope for, I guess.
I like this, though. Just waiting for those AI pics to become NFTs. That's great.
Yeah, Austin, he's on to something there. I think we probably should have those minted as NFTs. You're right. They're more entertaining than most of the other stuff that's come out. Certainly anything, from a news outlet or whatever, minting an episode of Mind Your Biz. Speaking of which, we're a little past half an hour. I think we set that as a target for today to be
yes.
very, very, to the point. Straight, get the news out of the way, talk a little bit about some of the profitability. We're going to leave the portfolio chat out and just look at Bitcoin. We're just going to be focused on Bitcoin for a while. Why? Because most things are correlated to Bitcoin. And if they decorrelate, then we're in brand new territory for crypto. They could. That's possible. But if they do decorrelate, we're in brand new territory. And then, it makes sense for us to really look at each one of those projects a little more individually. Till then, maybe what else do you have for the audience?
I don't know. That's all the news. I hope that you guys liked it. I curated those articles myself. You're welcome.
Yeah. Mimi's doing a great job. Hey, applause, emojis, thumbs up, smiles, all in the chat for Mrs. Mind Your Biz for curating our content. She's doing a phenomenal job and getting very educated in the space by doing so. There you go. Learn about crypto for fun and profit.
Yep.
Pretty amazing.
It's fun. I know more now.
Yeah. And I'm excited for it. Hey, if nothing else, let this be, hopefully this is a demonstration that it's possible. Your family, your friends, they can be onboarded into crypto and learn more, at least. There's no pressure. There's no rush. But, best time was whenever, 2013, I guess. Second best time is today, right? So onboard somebody you love, onboard somebody you care about just as soon as you can. Clearly, the world is going a little bit nuts, and we need some stuff that is a little more stable, a little less crazy. So, yeah, that's what I got. Any other questions, leave them in the chat or leave them as a comment and let us know. Did you like this format? Have you liked the way we did the shorter tactical news segments that were, between the 8 and 15 minute running length? Did that work for you? What kind of content would you prefer to see from Mind Your Biz? A lot more color commentary from us in the live streams. Does that work? Let us know in a comment. As always, you're the reason we make this media. Love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.